What's going on, guys? Besides here, in today's video we're gonna make a tier list to see which champion is the best and which champions are actually the worst for this current 14.19 patch. So let's take a look at the S tier. So the first champion that is actually the best in terms of the meta is Jinx. She's very good, whether you're bronze or challenger. I think she's just really good. She can also be blind pickable, low elo or high elo. I think she's very reliable blind pick. In high elo it's a bit complicated because people pick Nautilus and Blitz, so you know you might be in big trouble. But even though I think the champion is so good that even if you blind her, she should be fine, even like super high elo. But I would definitely recommend you maining Jinx in like low elo. She's not a champion that is very constant in the meta, like Ashe, for example. That is like more main her, and in the next year or 2 years you're gonna be fine playing her. She's gonna drop A tier, maybe B tier, but she'll never be D tier. Jinx is like now it's S tier, but she's been sitting for like D and C tier for a long time. So yeah, definitely you should main her if you want to play the meta. Definitely she's a very worth champion, low elo to high elo. She works with enchanters, with engage, Thresh, Lulu, Milio, I think are the best supports with her. But yeah, definitely you should give it a try. She's also really fun, so there is that. Second champion is going to be on the tier list, which is actually Ashe. She's really good after the little tempo nerfs, buffs actually. I mean, little tempo coming back to the game just is really huge. Some people believe that she's actually better than Jinx. I think it might be true. I think they're very close. They're like a 9.7 AD carry and like a 9.8 AD carry, you know, something like this. I don't know which one is better. I think they're so similar that it just depends on the composition, and it really depends on like what you played better. But I think they're both very strong AD carries. She's pretty bad. She's okay blind pick. Even in high elo, but it's just she struggles a lot against like mobility, Fizz, Zed. Like if they have a lot of champions like that and you don't have a reliable peel in the team, then she's not so good. It's good that if you need engage, you can always pick Ashe. In low elo, she's pretty much blind pickable in any rank below diamond. Above diamond, she's still very good blind pick. Not the best, like Varus is the best blind pick, but she can still work a blind pick as well.
Are you having trouble converting your early game advantages into wins? Feel like your damage output is lower than it should be, and you feel like you're putting in the work but you're not seeing really the results? My name is Bizaiz, with a track record of coaching over 3,659 players with ranks between Iron and Challenger. Here is what I've accomplished with my clients. Right here you can see Silver 1 to Emerald 4 in 1 month time with 1 coaching session. This guy right here got to Grandmaster in NA after when the first coaching session we've done, he was hard stuck in Diamond 2. Alex right here, he was Gold 4 1 year and a half ago, and he got to Grandmaster 800 LP peak after the coaching session. Here is his master account after just being a gold player a year and a half ago. This is what the coaching session can do to your gameplay. And here is something that you might find inspiring. I've personally climbed from Iron to Diamond with dealing with 200 ping. Now I'll actually get Master Tier with 200 ping on this account that you're gonna see right now. As you can see right here, this is Emerald 1 with very decent win rate on some of the champions, and I'm playing pretty well in high Emerald to low Diamond. And I actually play Ezreal as well, as you guys can see right here, and I'm not really scared. If I can achieve this against high Emerald players and low Diamonds playing with such a huge handicap, 200 ping Ezreal, imagine what we can accomplish together with you playing under optimal conditions. Are you ready to see the real progress that you can do? Go to Bizaiz.com and book your coaching session now. Let's improve and get better together.
And okay, speaking of Varus, I mean, he's okay as a champion. I think he's probably like one of the worst champion in A tier. He is good, but he's just champs that outclass him are like Ezreal, Draven. Like I think this is like the real ranking here. Of course, Draven, if you're one trick pony, he's always good. You can win so hard low elo or high elo. Low elo is not recommended to play Draven, but there are many people that you know, I coach that are low elo and they have good mechanics, and they're like, okay, I have good mechanics, I'm low elo, you know, I can play this champion. I played StarCraft before, I have really bad macro but I have good mechanics. If you're in that pace and you're like Emerald or Platinum or even Gold, you can try it. If you don't, like, you're not confident in your mechanics, then I would definitely not recommend the Ezreal or Draven. But yeah, Draven is one trick pony champion. Ezreal is really good blind pick, really good to have in your pool, in your champion pool. Ezreal is one of the best champion in the game to have in your pool because it's very safe, but he's also very hard. And if you don't have mechanics, especially below platinum, and I would say if you're below Emerald 4, you should not really play Ezreal. It's a bit too hard. Of course, I'm not saying don't play him if you really enjoy him. But yeah, definitely I would definitely think about like not maining him if I'm not like super high elo, or at least higher than Emerald. Okay, going on the next pick right here, it's gonna be like the B tier. I think that the mages are pretty good. Probably if you really think about it, the best champions from B tier are Swain, Seraphim, Veigar, like this kind of like Karthus, kind of like, I think the champions are very good. Like you can even play Cassiopeia. I think the B tier, like since they actually nerf a lot of champions right here, I think Swain, Karthus, Seraphim, like they're very good. If you want to play mages, I think it's slowly going to come back somehow. So there is that. I forgot about mentioning Kai'Sa in the S tier. Still pretty strong champion, can be blind pickable. In high elo, it's a bit comp dependent, but if you're super good on Kai'Sa, then you can also blind pick her. Most of the people, they don't know their combos. They don't know her combos. She has so many combos that are very complex. So definitely, if you're low elo, I wouldn't recommend you Kai'Sa. I know she's fun, and I know a lot of people play her, but you really need to watch guides and combos. And she looks simple, but she's not really simple. So I would not recommend her below Emerald. I would definitely recommend her Ashe, Jinx, or even Jean. That is actually better than Kai'Sa at the moment, in my opinion. Then also Ziggs is also really good. But yeah, for low elo, Ashe and Jinx are like super good. And if you want to go for Jean, let's go for Jean. Kai'Sa is really strong for like higher elo, higher than Diamond, but I would recommend her in low elo, not really. And then probably the worst champion in B tier are like MF, since she got like nerfed quite hard. Caitlyn is also good, and it's probably better than MF. And I think that also Lucian is like pretty good right now in the meta, better than MF. So I think that they are very playable champions. They are like by the end of the B tier, but they are not so much worse than the best B tier champions, the mages. So I think they're like, okay, Tristana got super buffed, but I would say she was like D tier. Now she actually went to B tier. I think she's like in between, either a bit worse than MF or a bit better than MF. I don't think she's that bad. I don't think she's that good. So I'll just put her here. She's definitely a good champion to main. But if I can main S tier or A tier champ, I would definitely do that. I mean, honestly, I think the perfect pool is like if you play 2 hours per day or 2 hours and a half, I'll play 2 champions only, Ashe Jinx or Ashe Varus, Ashe Ezreal, maybe Ashe Jean, something like this. But Ashe Jinx or Ashe Varus is like sweet spot. If you play more than 3 hours, then you can play 3 champions. That's daily. If you don't play daily, I don't recommend you 3 champions. I would say that 3 hours, you play 3 hours, 3 champions, Jinx, Ashe Varus, Jinx, Ashe Ezreal, Jinx, Ashe Jean, like those are very solid champions. Don't play Ziggs low elo, Kai'Sa low elo, Draven low elo unless you like super confident. So yeah, there are champions that I don't recommend. Okay, Kalista C tier. Yes, I know you guys are gonna tell me, and also Vayne. I do think that Kog'Maw is also like a bit better than Vayne. I think that Sivir is also like quite good right now, probably the best from C tier. The thing is, Kalista is really good in high elo. Like I think she goes to like even A tier if you're like super good and you're high elo and you have the comp and stuff. But I think for most of the people it's like Aphelios. Kalista is not really the best champion in the world. I think like all 3 champions, Sivir is the best, Aphelios and Kalista, like you need to have like really good hands, you know. So you need to, like, if you're Master Plus and you know you have engaged support and you're really good on Kalista, I think she's fine. She's definitely fine. But lower elo, there are so many better champions. Kog'Maw, yeah, C tier. I mean, he's probably better than Kalista. But with Lulu, he's probably like A tier, like best of the A tier. But without Lulu, it's a bit tough to like rank him. I think that Twitch, Senna right here, like for the D tier, and Smolder is also probably the worst from C tier or the best from D tier. Like you guys can choose. But yeah, all in all, Samira really good counter. Like this, Samira is pretty good champion if you have like engaged support or a lot of setup in the composition. Like if you have like Nautilus support, Rel support, if you have Alistar and you also have like mid lane somebody like with engage, like let's say you have Lissandra or Galio or stuff like that, then definitely you can think about picking this champion. Samara is pretty good in the meta. I would say that if she should probably A tier if she's in a good comp. Xayah would probably be in B tier, like in the middle of B tier. I don't think she's bad. I think with the Navori Essence River build, she's okay. I think she's fine. Nila is also pretty good. it's really difficult. I think I would put all of them like by the beginning of the B tier or by the end of the A tier. No, probably by the, so Samira and Nila by the end of the A tier and Zaya in the beginning of the B tier. That's what I think they belong. Yeah, so this is basically my opinion. This is basically the tier list, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye, guys.